Hi everybody. For those of you who haven't watched my other videos, because I don't have that many views, I just make these for fun. So, I vape. Now, I am 41 years old and I've been smoking since I was 12. Okay. Now, up until 2, maybe 3 years ago, yeah, I was smoking cigarettes. And then I started thinking, I stink. Like I started going to the gym, and every time I get done exercising, I would take a shower and put my clothes back on that I had worn before my workout. And I would say, ooh, these smell like cigarettes. And I really didn't think that, I worked really hard not to smell like cigarettes. And so that really started to bother me, that every time I would pick up my clothes, I'd say, wow, they smell like cigarettes, even though I hadn't been wearing those clothes for very long during the day while I'd been smoking. And I would go outside and smoke, and I never smoked with the car enclosed. And, I was always like outside, and I still smelled like smoke. So I went to the tobacco store, and I had like a coupon for a Marlboro Mark 10. It was like a little e-cigarette made to look like a cigarette. And that didn't work out too well for me. But at the same time, I got a coupon for the Vuse e-cigarette, which was a VUSE, and it was made to look kind of like a tiny cigar. And I loved it. Now, the original flavor does not taste like original cigarettes. It does not. But it's, now I can't stand it. But when I started trying to quit smoking, it was really great. The thing to note about e-cigarettes that look like cigarettes is that they've got 18 or 24 milligrams of nicotine in them, which is right around like 2 packs of cigarettes in one pen. So you really have to pace yourself. Otherwise, like if you're sitting there puffing on it like a regular cigarette, you are going to get really antsy really quick. So I went from those to something like this, and the kind that the tank screws in. And let me tell you something. These particular things, which this one is let's see if I can get it to come up there. Come on. Focus. Focus. I can't. It says it's a Ego Tea. These are really not good for anything other than vaping the CBD oil or weed, really. I was not on one of these for very long. So at around that time, it was coming up on Father's Day, and I was like, I really need to get my husband to quit smoking, because I was really starting to get irritated by the smell of cigarettes on him, because I had quit by then. And hold on, gotta feed the beast. So I went to my vape store, and they sold me on this Plyrock electronic e-cigarette that's like this. It is the Limitless Pulse, and basically all you have to do with this is suck on it, which I don't have any oil in this right now at all. Bled out because I haven't smoked on this in like a long time. Really simple to use, really simple to fill. You put your own juice in this. It's kind of like a jewel pen, but you put your own juice in there, and you can get one of these pods to last quite a long time. And I know that you can hack the jewel thing, but I just preferred having this, and it fits in your pocket real easy. My husband used to put it up behind his ear, kind of like he was better at it. His ears are bigger, but it would be kind of like a carpenter's pen, a carpenter's pencil. This was how he quit smoking. He never went to the cigarette lookalike. He absolutely loved this. It's got a little bit of weight to it. These run, I think at the vape store, they were like $30, but I got myself one on eBay for I think like 20. eBay is a great site to find things like this if your state doesn't disallow, like if your state doesn't limit that kind of thing. So I went to this. And then after messing with pods for a while, because I had like 3 different, I had 3 different things that were like this because I was like obsessed. And this was my favorite by far. Then I moved on to, to something like this. It's an all-in-one. I was not on this for very long because I am being borderline. I don't vape the same thing all the time. Like I have to switch about midday or so. I've got my morning vape and I got my afternoon vape. Sometimes I'll really like something and I'll vape it for a while. But this is really great for somebody who doesn't vape different flavors. Like if they just like one flavor, this is great for that. You just fill it up and then you can see on the outside of it. And this one was, it was a Joytech AIO. The coils for this are pretty cheap to get on eBay. Like I've still got a ton of them, and there's a lot of different things that use the same coil as this particular one. And I don't think that this cost me more than 20 bucks or so on eBay, but it's just one of those. Let's see if I got it juiced up. Nope, it's dead as a doornail because I haven't touched it in a while, I think. Oh, no, it's not dead as a doornail. This, I had CBD oil in, I think. You won't get a lot of clouds with something like this, but if you're new to vaping, this might be the way to go. The only thing is if you're still trying to figure out what flavor you want, don't. Because this is, you have to clean out the tank, and you have to do that without water. A lot of times with tanks, you've got to wait for that other flavor to bleed off. Like if it's got any kind of cotton or anything in it, you've got to wait for it to bleed off. But I had this for a little while. Then I don't have it with me. I bought a thing similar to this. Now this is a Smoke Expriv. I love this thing. Hate the smoke tanks though. I really do. This one right here is a Cleato that I love. But this thing, you're dealing with 110 watts, which is not as high as this thing will go. I don't need something that goes 200 watts or so. And I wouldn't suggest messing with modifying or doing anything until you really know what you're doing. Because these, if you adhere to what the coil wants, which most of the coils on these big boys will say what wattage is best for it, what wattage you can use. You don't want to go, because if you up your wattage, I think the more watts you use, the quicker you'll burn out your coil. And you'll know when you burn it out, because your vape will taste like crap, or it'll just plain old scald you. I mean, it's when you take a dry hit, you freaking know, or when it's a burnt hit. I mean, it's bad. But I've probably got about 5 different tanks that I use because I like to swap my stuff out. Now, all of that being said, I have to plug my favorite online company for ordering e-juice, which I cannot order from them now because my state has said that you cannot buy e-cigarette products online. I don't know if it's that they can't ship them to me or they can't online sale to me. So, but anyway, I started out with this company and I have nothing but good things to say about them. It is a company called Vape Wild. That's VAPE WILD, and they're at www.vapewild.com. Awesome. Like your first order, they'll send you like 4 or 5 bottles, and they're just little 10 milliliter bottles for $9.99, and it's basically you're paying for the shipping. The juice itself is free, and then when you find what you want, you order that, it comes to you. You know what to order. Basically, picking what you like. I would suggest going with simple stuff first, because when I started out, I was like, oh, I like vanilla. No, I don't like to vape vanilla. I like cherries. I don't like to vape cherries. I started out with coffee, which I didn't get from Vape Wild. I started buying my vape juices at the vape shop, and I was getting Thrive coffee, and that Thrive coffee is freaking awesome. I mean, it's like black coffee. My husband hates it, but I freaking love it. It is the only coffee that I like. And mango was the other that I would alternate between. But 10 milliliters of those was like anywhere from $3.99 to $5.99, depending on where I got it at. And Vape Wild will send you 10 milliliters for $2.99, and you can pick your VG to PG ratio. You can pick your nicotine level, so you can start at like, I think, do I have one of their bottles? Of course I have one of their bottles. Absolutely love Peach Mango Tango. This is their thing, and hopefully, I mean, it sucks that it's backwards, but it is Vape Wild. And on the side, okay, this is a different bottle, but see, this one is a 65-35 blend, and it's 9 milligrams, but you can pick, I think they go up to 12. Whereas like Thrive that you get at the tobacco store, you're looking at 24 milligrams is their highest, and then you can go 18 and 12. But Vape Wild has so many flavors. I mean, I love the Peach Mango Tango. They got one called the Splurge, which has so much of everything in it. My son-in-law likes this menthol one. They've got lots of different menthol flavors. They've got various, like you could get mangoes and cream, bananas and cream, banana cream pie, coconut cream pie, if that's your thing, And the thing is when you order from them, they send you a free bottle of their mystery flavor. And you'll get a couple of little bottles that'll have like 3 milligrams of nicotine in them that are just basically samples for you to try, like Circus Bear or whatever that they've got around. They'll send you like some extras so you can try out other stuff before you buy. So I cannot say enough good things about them. They have awesome customer service. You can talk to them. There are reviews on their site. When they tell you about the flavor, it'll say like what flavors are in it, so it's pretty easy to navigate. I do have to say, don't pick something just because you're like, oh, because when I ordered, I was like, I like key lime pie. Did not like vaping key lime pie. Just didn't float my boat. So be aware of that, and I would say stick to like the small bottles first, but the first order is like I said, for $10 you can get like a sample pack that you pick the flavors, not just them throwing random flavors at you. Pick them, and they've got so freaking many. They also sell other stuff like Beard Company, which Beard Company makes some really good vape juice. I love number 32. It's like a cinnamon funnel cake. It's to die for. And they are cheaper than the vape store is. I think I paid $20 on Vape Wild, and at the vape shop it's like $25. Sometimes they'll run it on sale. If you're a member of their Vape AF club, which is like $50 a year, you get free shipping. I think that they offer free shipping if you spend $25, and it gets to you quick and very well packaged. Like I said, I cannot say enough good things about them, and I hate my legislators for making it impossible for me to order from them. I'm thinking that I'm going to buy a P.O. box or something right over the state line and just have my shit shipped to that and have somebody drive down to the state line and hit my P.O. box to order some more of their stuff. I don't know. We haven't figured that out yet. But that is my thing on vaping. I mean, you can start out with something like this, but this is the X-Priv cost me like $50, I think. I think it was around like 58. And it came with a tank. The tanks themselves can run you $20 or more. Batteries, which this does not come with batteries, and you have to buy two, and eBay. Trust me, eBay, because at the vape shop, I think they're like $10 a piece, $20 a piece, something like that. Which, be careful about that, because sometimes, you get what you pay for. And I've gotten good batteries and I've gotten bad batteries. So always, really check stuff out. Do your research. That's what I did a lot of. I did a lot of research. It never hurts to go down to the vape shop and find out what you want. I mean, I can't count how many times I've gone down to the vape shop and then ordered the shit on eBay. Because I wanted their opinion. They are knowledgeable at most vape shops. They're not going to employ somebody who doesn't know about stuff. So a lot of times you can walk in and say, hey, I want this. And they'll say, okay, well, we've got something like that. But definitely check out Vape Wild for your juice needs, because they have awesome, awesome juices at a very affordable price. Much like there's also a company called Goof E-Juice. Let's see, I'm vaping Peach Beach, and I like it. This runs about the same amount at my store as what one of these big bottles would cost on Vape Wild, which is not bad, but they don't have my flavors that I want. I got used to Vape Wild. So anyway, that's Anne's Guide to Vaping. Have a good night.